I was driving home from a shopping trip one day, and as I was driving back home, I came across these billboard ads that you'll see across town or see across your city, right? There's some billboards that they play an audio, they play like a visual presentation for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds before they switch to the next one. Some it's like you have to like not paint over it, but like drape over it, and it can only be draped over if someone else buys it, right? And as I was looking at those ads for like a couple of seconds, and I couldn't look for too long because obviously I was driving. I was thinking like, dude, like who actually buys from ads? And honestly, for this minute or two, right? I'd have to specifically talk about billboard ads because genuinely, like right, if you're driving, right, you can't really look at a billboard ad for too long because you have to focus on the road, make sure you're not gonna crash into anyone, right? So like all they can do for a billboard ad, they can't have any background context. They can't have any like info about it. All they can have is just like the visual product. Maybe they have a face if it's like a lawyer firm or something like related to that nature, and then they have the number, and that's it, right? But like, who's actually like buying just because of a billboard ad, right? Like, I feel like if you genuinely bought something from a billboard ad, you're kind of dumb, in my opinion, okay? Because when you're looking at a billboard ad, there's quite literally no background information to it whatsoever. All you see is just the product, and then you see the number. That's all you get. You don't get any research into it whatsoever, right? Like, what is the point of a billboard ad? It obviously works because otherwise it wouldn't be here at all, right? But I'm just thinking, like, dude, like, who actually buys from billboard ads? Right? Now maybe this might work in a city, right? If you're in a city and you have like a bunch of traffic, like it's slow, you can't really do much except look at the city or the billboard. Maybe the city could work, right? But like, I'm sure those are expensive beyond belief, right? If you're in some suburban town with like light traffic, the street light, is green like every 30 seconds or stuff like that. I'm just thinking, like, dude, like, why even have billboards in suburban towns, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Or even it could be on a highway too. You see those a lot on highways. I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, I'm going like 70 miles per hour, bro. I don't have time to look at a billboard and then save the number on my phone. Like, I don't have time to do that. I just don't. And this kind of made me think about like ads in general, right? With YouTube ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, or like ads across websites and all that stuff, right? I'm just thinking, like, dude, has anyone like actually like buy from ads? And like, and don't get it twisted, right? Don't hear what I'm not saying, right? Maybe if you came across an ad, like ad gives you info, right? Maybe, and then you might become curious, like, huh, okay, so you research into it, you look into the product and think, huh, maybe I want to buy it then, right? I can understand that, right? I'm not like 100% hating on ads, but like, I feel like my imagination of like some dude legitimately buying from an ad is like, they just the ad just pops up, right? And they think, huh, this looks cool. I should order it immediately with no background context to it, no like second thought. They're just like, oh, I have to buy it. It's just like, does anyone actually do that? And this can apply to like sponsorships as well, right? A lot of sponsorships back in the day. There was AG1. There was you know I'm trying to think. There was Honey, right? Honey. That Honey got exposed for being a scam and like taking people's info and not actually delivering what they promised. I remember back in the day when Honey was they advertised it. I was like, hey, you can get discounts without doing anything. It's like, okay, do you really get free stuff? Do you really get discounted stuff without doing anything? Like, no, you're giving away your information, right? The whole point of the ad is this: you essentially give out your info, right, in return for a product or return for an ad or whatever it is, right? And it's just like, dude, like, do people not like realize like, and actually too, another sponsorship I remember back in the day. I haven't seen this in a while, but I remember Raid Shadow Legends back in the day. If any person was like on YouTube for like, I say like 2019, 2020, 2021, like kind of like those early days, bro. I remember there used to be a lot of ads, or a lot, not ads. Well, actually there were ads, but there were a lot of sponsorships about Raid Shadow Legends this, Raid Shadow Legends that. I'm just thinking, like, bro, like, no one actually played Raid or Shadow Legends, bro. The people who sponsored it, they probably played it for like 2 seconds and then left. Like who actually, legitimately, did anyone actually ever played Raid Shadow Legends? Whether it be because they saw it through sponsorship or whether it be because they legitimately thought it might be a good game, right? I've never came across anyone who actually played Raid Shadow Legends. I'm just thinking, like, dude, like, are sponsorships like just like YouTube's way of making money without delivering like a product they actually think is worthwhile? Like, it seems like that's the case for a lot of YouTubers who do sponsorships, right? They'll just willy nilly any sponsorship. There's this other sponsorship that had you could buy laying in Scotland for like $1. Guess what? It was also a scam, right? Like who would have thought, right? It's like, dude, so many of these sponsorships, so many of these ads are just scams, right? And this is on YouTube too, right? If you go like and like Instagram, TikTok, right? Those ads are might be even worse than billboard ads, right? Because like Instagram, TikTok, especially like Instagram Reels or TikTok, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna scroll past the ad. I'm not even gonna bother to. Like, why would I stay for an ad? Like, okay, maybe it could be entertaining, right? Sure, it could be entertaining, and like you might like it for ironically enough, it's entertaining content, right? But I'm not gonna stay around because I actually want to buy the product. Like I haven't had any interest in it. Why would I buy it? It doesn't make any sense at all. And like the other thing too is like I feel like for a lot of like ads should work for a lot of small businesses, right? Like that's ideally how it should be, right? Maybe if you start like like a car washing business, right? You want to advertise on YouTube, or you want to advertise on whatever it is, right? And that makes sense. But then if that's the case, why do like big companies like Coca Cola or Pepsi, or I guess not Coca Cola, but like PepsiCo and all that stuff, they advertise their products, right? Because everyone knows what Pepsi is, everyone knows what Coca Cola is, everyone knows what Lay's potato chips is, but they still advertise it. And clearly it has to work, right? Because if it didn't work, they wouldn't be advertising it at all. But I'm just thinking like, dude, like who's out there genuinely like, excuse me, who's out there genuinely like thinking like, huh, I haven't thought about Coca Cola until I just saw this ad. Let me go buy some right now. Like, is that just how ads are supposed to work? Like, you forget about a product, and then one day, as you're watching TV or as you're watching YouTube or whatever, right, it pops up, and you're just like, "Oh, I remember that now. I want to go buy it." Like, bro, there's simply no way. Like, I refuse to believe anyone who legitimately buys something just because of an ad, bro. Right now, again, if an ad gives you info, right, and you do more research into it, you think like, "Oh, is this a product I actually want?" Like if it is, okay, fine, right? I could understand that, but like, I'm just thinking like, bro, there's no way people actually like go and buy something because of an ad. Like there's literally just no way you're that stupid, in my opinion. And it's just like, I don't know, bro. Like ads are just sort of weird to me because like the whole point of an ad, right, is that you're trying to advertise this product. You're trying to advertise, you know, this or product or service, whatever it is, right? And I think it should work for a lot of small businesses because if you're a small business, you don't really have much way of spreading out the word of your business beyond being able to do word of mouth, or maybe like flyers or whatnot. But like, do flyers even work nowadays? I really don't know. And I'm just thinking like, bro, there's like small businesses, I can understand using ads, but like I feel like billboard ads, like Instagram ads, TikTok ads, they don't work. There's no way they could, but I guess they do because people are still using them, right? And then even beyond that, right? Like, why do big ads like why do big companies still use ads even though everyone in the world knows about the product, right? Is it just simply because people just forget about the product somehow, and then they're like, huh, I should buy that product now that I remember it, right? Like there's no way someone actually out there in the world does that. But there's 8 billion people in the world, right? So realistically, someone's probably already done that. I'm just thinking like, dude, it's just so weird to me, man. I really don't get it. And this could dive much deeper, but like it's so strange to me, honestly. Like I've like, if anyone has like bought something because of an ad, right? Like I actually want to hear your explanation as to why, and like, did you do any like research into it? Did you like do any like background checks on it? Thing like, hey, this is a product I actually want. I actually maybe not what, but actually need, or maybe I strongly love it, versus just like someone who just buys it just because they see an ad for it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So if anyone can explain that to me, like, thank you very much.